This one is going to be at the request of my peers in my Facebook group that want to know how I use the Flex with just a single isolator for a car rig. So let's talk about it. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube. I'm excited to be back and making some videos for you all. There's been some priorities changing, and as you can see, my studio is a lot different. It is completely set up for filming. There's no computer in here. I'm not editing in here. It's in a whole different space. So this is completely just set up for grabbing gear, setting up, filming, going on sets, which is going to work out a lot better. I'm still fairly close to my daughter's room, and that is why I'm whispering, because she better not wake up. So yeah, bear with me with the whispering and low audio. I'll try to crank it up, and we'll get through this together. Okay, so I used the Ronin 4D with the Flex system to get some car mounted shots as a driver perspective for a commercial gig. And I only used a suction cup and a vibration isolator. And it was not stock. I kind of took everything apart and made it exactly how I needed it for this. Definitely inspired from Best Boy Adam, but did things a little bit different. One, I am a huge fan of using using quick release plates in general. So I use the Falcon by Ulanzi F50 plates, and I actually have like probably 4 of them because I want everything. This camera is meant to be run and gun pretty much, and I want that to stay still as a quick setup and set down time. With this camera, even going from handheld Steadicam mode, tripod, and car mounts. So I wanted the quick release systems on everything so it could just be fast. So I'll walk you through how I modded my system. This is the soft spring module. This is the one that everyone requested, and they listened to everyone and made this. And this is my first time actually getting my hands on it. It comes with Tilta's quick release plate, which is a Manfrotto plate. I kept that on there, and I took off their screw mount that it comes with. I think it's called a castle key maybe or something. I might be wrong, but I don't know what it's called. But I took that off, and I actually put on the Falcon F50 plate. And how I did that was once you take the plate off, remove the bolt that is stock on there, you can then, what I did is I went to Lowe's. I got a 3/8 screw at the right length that I guessed I needed it, which actually ended up being perfect. I'll list that below. I don't know off the top of my head, but I got some washers, 2 washers, and I just kind of used those 2 to hold it in place with the actual top mount of the soft spring module, and I put gaffer's tape to give the washers a little bit extra friction on both sides. And yeah, so then that's how I did that side. Screwed that on there, put on the quick release plate, and that is the completion of the soft spring mod that I did there. And like I said, I kept the quick release plate so that I could quickly connect it to on and off of the small rig suction cup. This is the biggest one that they have, and I bought the biggest one because I wanted to have a nice surface area. And also this one stood out to me because of the mounts on the side. I definitely wanted to be able to put some eye bolts on there so that my ratchet straps had something to hang on to for extra security. which I always definitely recommend that. On the actual gig, I had bigger ones than the ones that you actually see here. I had longer ones, bigger ones, and I was told that I should get shorter ones. It's safer, so I got that for next time. The Manfrotto plate for the quick release, and that is how I attach the soft spring to the vacuum suction cup here. Placed that on the front of the car, and it was good to go. For the actual gig, I did mount it backwards so that the actual cord was coming toward the driver window, because I had the cord coming through the driver window. The Ronin 40 was strapped to my center console, and my assistant kind of held on to it and made sure everything stayed in the frame while I drove. So that's how we made that work, because the cord is not that long. And we'll touch base on some cons here in a minute. This was successful because of all of the R&D I put in prior to this, which I was spent countless hours on YouTube trying to find who used these suction cups, who actually used the soft springs. There's not much video on either one of them, so did a lot of deep diving to figure out and make sure this all would work with the Flex. Pausing a lot of Best Boy Adams videos and zooming in and trying to see what in the world he did. So that's how I got to this conclusion, and it worked out great. Number one con I can think of with this setup is how long the flex cable is. I will say it again. I'll probably say it quite a few other times. I wish the cable was like almost like when you connect the air hose, like it connected like that, maybe on the other end or whatnot, and you could buy different lengths. I just feel like the cable should have been able to detach and reattach. And they could have sold 3, 6 foot, 8 foot, 12 foot, if possible. I know making a cord longer gets more costly, gets more problems. So I understand that. I mean, it's a perfect length for the handheld things that I've been practicing with it for. So that was the one con there, because it was tight in the car. And so my conclusion with the work that I've done so far with the Flex on car rigging would be the Flex is perfect for interior shots, mounting it on the window with a nice wide to make it look like you're on a hostess tray or even a hostess tray, on the hood from exterior interior for some conversation shots, interior shots, conversation, trunk shots. That's where this Flex is going to shine with automotive work. As far as chase and tracking shots, stuff like that with the car rig, I would have a car mount and use the Ronin 40 with the sensors that it has and everything. It's fail proof, and that would be my recommendation. Currently, right now, I don't have this mount set up the way I'm describing it, because I am actually working on another project where I'm using the base plate from this mount to mount my Ronin 40 onto my PGY Tech. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have a PGY Tech. I would if they weren't out of stock. So actually, my Peak Design backpack, I have modded it to have a Falcon F50 quick release plate on it, and it is holding my Ronin 40 body so that I can hold the Flex in my hand just like the PGY Tech backpack. It's a mod. It's working for me, but we'll talk about that in a later video.